Hey everybody, how's it going? Boa noite, boa tarde, tudo bem? Hope you're well. Um, so just continuing on uh, our life here in the Algarve, 2 years on, and well, just thoughts. I've been thinking a lot about how it is going, and how I've been going introspective on myself, just to think about what is good and what's not so good about being here and about moving to another country, especially at my age. I mean, I'm 51 and I'll be 52 in February, the 26th. So by all means, if you want to send me presents and stuff like that, I'll be happy to receive them. But when you decide later on, I suppose, in life to move to another country, you've to remember that things are going to happen, and you've to be prepared for what's ahead or what's in store for you. Um, we moved here 2 years ago, and we moved here for necessity was one of the reasons. If you look back at my videos, you'll know we moved because of some debt and because of a failed business, and we got a fantastic price on our house, and this basically solved our problems to sell our home in Ireland, and to pay off all our debts, and then we were still left with a good load of money to buy this lovely house that we live in. And we also had an apartment here as well, which we recently sold, and that's why we've been able to paint the house and buy a new electric car, and put some money away for a rainy day. So the properties at the time were much cheaper. Like even 2 years ago, our house. Now it was, as you'll see if you look back in videos, I have to learn how to do links. I'll link it if I can to this video, but you property has gone sky high here in Portugal, as well as everywhere else, I have a feeling. Like our house is, we got it, we asked the estate agent to come back. Now it obviously it was in bits when we bought it. It was, needed a lot of work, and we spent about like 45,000 to 50,000 on the house to get it up to, no, it wasn't, it was 35,000 to 40,000 up to scratch on the house. But we bought it for, I can't remember how much we bought it for. It was up on the market for 320, and we bought it for around about 280, I think. We got them down because of the state of the house, and then obviously we put another, say, 50 grand into it. But since then, and we don't have a swimming pool. We have a communal swimming pool, which opens every summer. But now the price of the house, we had our estate agent in, and it's like it's doubled in price. Like, it's unbelievable. We couldn't believe how it has gone up. So a lot of people are finding it very difficult to find housing here in the Algarve and in the rest of Portugal. But then it's the same in Ireland. It's the same in Dublin. It's horrifically difficult to find any sort of rental properties or properties to sell. Also, this is just very expensive. So it's great for somebody like us if we wanted to sell. We don't know if this is going to be our permanent home. It is for the next years, but our eventual goal when we retire, please God, we make it that far. But when we retire, we want to buy a small holding and a little farmhouse, and work the land. I never thought I would say that. I mean, I got into that in a minute, but yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to eventually probably do that. But we do love this house, and we're delighted to be. We're in a very central area. We're near to everything. We're 5 minutes from the sea. It's really, really good. So that's also one of the reasons why properties have gone up in this particular region, because we've got the sea right beside us. But apart from that, yeah, so when you move here, why did I go off on that tangent? I can't remember. But when you move here, you have to remember that a lot is going to change. For instance, what I've realized 2 years on is, would have had a wide circle of friends in Dublin. Had a lot of, a lot of different groups of friends, and some very, very close friends. And obviously, I still am friends with everybody, with all of these people. But whereas I used to go out with them a lot, now I don't. I live here, but that connection has now gone. It's I've lost touch with some of those people, and they've lost touch with me because I'm not available to go out, or to go for coffee or go for a drink or whatever, which was a bit of a shock to me. I knew that people obviously everybody has their own lives, and they have to do what they have to do, and that's understandable. But I didn't realize it was going to happen so quickly, with certain friends of mine. And the minute I see them, I would be all over them and give them a big hug and so on. It's just life. Life moves on. And we've moved here. So, out of sight, out of mind. I think that is a very good sort of thing to say, or it is true. When you move away, the people who you love, you leave behind. And obviously they're wrapped up in their own worlds, and you're wrapped up in yours. So you're going to lose some connections, and that's what has happened. And that has happened with a couple of very close friends of mine, who I never in a million years thought I would not speak to, or we would lose touch. But it has happened with a couple of friends now, and that could be also with COVID as well. It was very depressing for me, with a couple of my mates. But now I just realised, I'm nearly 52 years old, and you just have to get on with it. I have a husband who I love very much, and I have my dogs, my house, and so on. And it is, it's just part of life. You have to understand that when you move away from one place to another, you are going to have these connections are going to be severed for now. And it's not just me, my friends over here. This is the other thing that's been great about the Algarve. It's very important to me that I have some form of social scene. I'm a very social person. I like to talk. I like to enjoy myself with my friends. So it's always very important that we find some form of social group. And the one thing about the Algarve is, I read, or a TripAdvisor, I believe, Portugal is in the top 10 countries in the world for the most gay people per capita, which I never knew. I think it's number 6. So when you go to Lisbon and so on, obviously, there's gay bars everywhere. There's a gay quarter and so on. It's very, 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 very open. And Portugal itself is a brilliant country. They're very understanding. They're very, and a lot of the time, very liberal. Like, you please God now, touch wood, we've never had any sort of homophobia here, and our neighbours are great, and nobody bats an eye that you're gay, and we can walk down in Amazon de Pera holding hands if we want to, and nobody gives a damn. Nobody would say anything. And I think it's probably because people are just, they're wrapped up in their own world, so they're not looking at you. Maybe they'll give you a look and go, "Oh, there's two guys holding hands," but we've never ever felt unsafe here in the Algarve. Having said that, there is very little gay nightlife, as in gay bars and clubs and so on here. So, if you were looking for that in the Algarve, you won't find a lot of it. There's maybe 4 bars. There's Connection Bar in Albufeira. There's a new bar open called Forest, the Forest, which is in Albufeira, which is a good bar. We're actually going there this weekend. And then there's the Loft in Portimão, and then Faro has a couple of gay clubs. And there is no saunas or anything like that. There is a club called Dark by Nude, which is a cruising bar, and that's in Albufeira also. I've never obviously been there. Cut. No. um, but so there's those. Um, And generally speaking, most places are, most bars and most everywhere around the Algarve are totally open to gay couples and so on. So that could be another reason why there's not a sort of a gay quarter, if you like, or or a gay part of the Algarve or gay city, like say in Spain you have Sitges, and in America Palm Springs and so on. So there's definitely gay ghettos, but you really don't really have that here in the Algarve. There are a lot of fantastic beaches, obviously, here in the Algarve. Like we've Praia Grande, which is on our doorstep. And Praia Grande, you go to the part we go to, and it's an unofficial gay beach, and you can go naked there. I've done a video on that here, and sandwiched between two straight areas. You've got your straights here and your straights here. And we're in the middle, and that's a really beautiful beach. It's a gorgeous beach. And then down the back of the areas, there's forest areas and sand dunes and so on. And I've absolutely no idea what happens there. But you can walk your dogs around there if you feel like it. So, um, but yeah, and then there's other places. Submarine Beach, which is a gay beach, an official gay beach. Which actually, in the 2 years I've been here, I've actually never been there because it's really bloody hard to get to, and the tide goes in. And I'm terrified I'm going to get stranded there and drown. So we actually haven't been there, but my friends, very good friends of mine, go there quite a lot. And there's other beaches beside it which are equally as beautiful, and you can go naked on these beaches. Most of the beaches, a lot of the beaches, the coves and so on, you can go naked, nobody bats an eyelid. But the Submarine Beach, and then there's a couple of other secluded beaches which are frequented a lot by gay couples and gay people and straight people alike. So as a sort of a gay destination, the Algarve is fantastic. You get the most amazing weather, fantastic beaches, beautiful restaurants, and gorgeous people. People here are just so lovely. They really are. They're so friendly. And the reason they have to be is because they rely on the tourism here. It's a seasonal place, the Algarve, which is one of the reasons I started this, are doing these, telling you what's good and bad about the Algarve. I'm rabbiting on. But yeah, so if you are looking for that sort of Sitges type thing, you won't find that here. You will find a load of gay people and a load of gay places like beaches and so on. And there's a lot of gay Airbnbs as well, and beautiful. There's some gorgeous gay hotels, like boutique hotels, which are stunning. I'll put a couple of images here on while I'm doing this. So there is a lot to offer, but it's not a ghetto like it is in say Sitges, for instance. But why was I talking about them? I can't remember. But moving on to me here in the Algarve. Oh yes, friendship and stuff like that. So when you move to another place, when you move to somewhere else, just to be expected and realize that the people back home have their own lives and are going to be wrapped up in that, and you just have to expect that. Now, it was a bit of a shock to me, but now I'm 2 years on, I'm completely over it, and I realize everybody has their own lives. But one of the great things that happened to us here on the beach in Praia Grande, we met two of our very good friends, and I don't know if I should mention their names. I'm sure they don't mind. Marcus and Chris, who are great mates of Fabio and I's now, and through them we met them on the beach, and we started chatting and realised we have very similar sense of humours, and they're English and I'm Irish, and we're mortal enemies normally. I'm only joking, but we realised we got on really well, and we started hanging out, and through that, we decided, through them really, we've met a lot of gay people because they've been here a lot longer than we have. And then through them, once again, we decided to set up a WhatsApp group, which we have done. And in this WhatsApp group, we now have maybe 50 to 60 gay couples and single gay people. And we meet up. We've done one event so far. It's only new. We've done one event so far, which is in a cafe called The Boys in Portimão, which is a gay cafe. and we were there and we had an evening meal and singing and so on, and it was really really good fun. We had a great time. We met a load of other people who are in the group, so we are now, putting up dates, and where our next thing is going to be a pub quiz, and we're going to Albufeira this weekend to the forest. I don't think an awful lot of people are going to that because we're all old and pubs here start very late. So we're going to try stay up and go to that. But in the group, yeah. So we're doing a pub quiz coming up soon, and we're having a great reaction for that. And it's just great. It's a really good way for people who have moved here, who maybe are on their own, to meet other gay people, and it's very welcoming. And you can see what's happening, and what's going on in the group, and we help one another out as well. So it's a really good group to have. And so if you do move to somewhere like here, it's a really good thing to look up if there is any sort of groups or any sort of gatherings that you can attach yourself to, and then you will meet lots of other people through that. And we've become good friends with a lot of people, and it's good fun, and great for me because as I said, I'm quite an outgoing person, so it's really good for me, and it's great for Fabio when he comes back from work from Ireland, and we go out and we can have people over for dinner. We love to entertain, and we have people over for dinner, and we go to their houses, and it's great. So that was really important, and I'm delighted, very happy, and that we met Chris and Marcus, and they're great guys. And when they see this, I shouldn't be blowing their trumpet so much, but anyway. I know not only that, I go and I garden in Chris's, has a big, huge sort of fruit and vegetable field, if you like, and I go garden with him, which I love because I love to garden. And they have a beautiful Airbnb in Caviero, which is the next town on. It's about 15 minutes from where we are. A beautiful Airbnb, and I'll put a link. I'll put a picture of their Airbnb if ever you're looking for somewhere to stay. It's really, really lovely, and the lads they're such lovely fellas. So that's really important, was to make some sort of connection to my community and to the gay community here in the Algarve. And obviously we've other friends, straight friends we've made, through my work. We've made friends with other couples, and so on, and it's scary at first, but you do eventually start fitting in. And there's a big expat community here in the Algarve. So, we've really sort of slotted into that, and we're really happy that we have.